Two more boxes. Two more boxes that should contain two more trucks. Yay! More stuff, more toys. One, two, three. One's been here for a while and has been slightly modified, and you may be able to see the difference between that one and that one, but eventually they'll probably both be pretty close, although there may be some different bodies for some of them. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. Anyway, there's lots of fun here. AC6, Thunder AC6 is what I use for charging for most of my stuff. That said, I've got numerous chargers and leads and gizmos. These is what come with the Maxstone. And these are batteries for my planes, but these are 3S batteries. I'm going to probably convert one of my Maxstones to use them as well, so I get some better use out of my batteries. I don't fly enough anymore, mostly because of my eyes, but trucking is okay because I can't crash that bad. So anyway, this is the charging part. And this is the magic room. Well, sort of. The mess room. The magic mess room. Anyway, this is where the build goes on. This is one of the trucks that just came in. This is all standard. Nothing popped up or changed around yet. Looks a little dark in here, so I don't know how much you can see. But that will definitely get some modifications, even at its minus. This is the original that came first, which has already been modified quite a bit. And as you can see, it sits a lot lower. It's just a little bit off kilter right now. I've got to do something about that, but it's not too bad. I'm working pretty good right now. And this is the other one, which is on the butcher block right now. I'm going to modify this one first. What I wanted to show you is that when they came out of the box, the wheel alignments are pretty bad. I mean, the front wheels are pointing outwards by, I don't know, pretty close to half an inch. Well, maybe not quite. Pretty close. And the rear wheels are, well, one is pointing in, one is pointing out, but not quite that much. If you adjust it, you can't quite get them both in the right position, so we have to change that tie rod in the back there and shorten it up a little bit. You can't really adjust it, so you have to change that. And then of course there's the shock mounts. The shocks are going to have to be switched over with the bottom links to help the steering, which has already been done on the first rig, and it made a huge difference, so we're definitely going to do that on here too. So, and then I'm not really sure if I'm going to move the ESC on this one, but I might just put that one on the bottom too. I've got some stuff coming in for waterproofing, and I'll actually be doing a video on how I propose to waterproof, which is something I learned from the RC aircraft world, playing with float planes. And they use quite a different method and quite a different material to do this, and I'm going to tell you guys about it when I get it in and see if anybody has tried that and likes it. I know it works. I've seen lots of guys crash their airplanes into the water and pick them right out and go flying again. In fact, I did that myself once, so I know it works. So anyway, this is project number 2, and we're going to get started on that right now. Unfortunately, I've got no way to hold the camera other than with my hands, so I'm going to have to put this down, but I'll show you what the progress is like. Now go crawling, eh? As you can see, there's some work being done here. What I did is I cut little bits off the tie rod ends, and it probably doesn't amount to a whole lot, but probably about a 1/16 on either side, maybe a little bit more, 3/32, and that brings it in just enough to get it close to straight. Because there is quite a bit of flop in this system, it's not super tight and apparently not super critical at those speeds, I don't think. But it was definitely way out. I mean, it was close to 1/2 an inch out in the front. So this will definitely help and make it more aligned. The rear is much better. It's close. Again, it's probably not perfect, but I think there's just a little bit of toe in on both sides, which I think is good. And then the next thing I was doing is putting some weight in the front wheels. I'm just going to start with the fronts as I did on the other truck. And I got some wheel weights that I put around the rims. Now I was having a bit of trouble getting this stuff to stick. It's sticky enough, but it's hard to mold it around and get it really tight. So I just came up with a little trick here. I put the wheel weights on, and then I put a hose clamp around it. And of course the hose clamp isn't going to stay there. We're going to take that off in a couple of minutes, but if you tighten that up really good, you can see the lead underneath it. It sort of conforms it, and it gives the adhesive a chance to grab and stay on there. So we don't have to play around with tape and try to keep it in place with just tape. And then once that's done, we'll put it back together. I left enough room for another strip, so I didn't put it in the middle, which shouldn't matter. I put it on the inside. So we can't put another strip if I wanted to put some more weight on there. And in the meantime, we're going ahead and changing a few links, and in a couple of hours we should be able to give this girl a test run. Okay guys, now go crawling, eh? Okay, so this is ironically not truck number 2 as far as project count goes, but it just happened to get number 2. What I'm showing here is the fact that this is the truck as it is out of the box. The wheels are clearly pointing way out, and something needs to be done, as I have been doing on truck number 3. The other thing that you can see is if you look at the shocks and the links, this is the original setup with the link on the outside and the shock on the inside. So, and then of course this hasn't been touched yet. The steering links still hasn't been adjusted yet. This truck, which I've just spent an hour or so working on, has got a wheel alignment, and although it is not perfect, it is much closer than it was. And secondly, as you can see, that now the link is on the inside and the shock is on the outside. I apologize for my shaky video, but just nature of the beast here, and I just do this with an iPhone, so it's yeah, it's not ideal. I'm going to get a better camera, I promise. Anyway, so this one has been trimmed. The links have been trimmed on both sides to get a little bit better alignment. Those are the pieces that I cut off, and so now it's much better. So this truck essentially is almost ready for a test drive. And the other thing that I'm doing, and I've done this on the original truck as well, is that I'm putting a couple of washers underneath the wheel nuts, because I don't trust those plastic wheels. If you take those off 6 times and you torque them back up, you're definitely going to damage the plastic. So I figure a little brass washer under there would probably help that situation. And of course this is the original servo, which yeah, we'll see how long it lasts, but I'm in no big rush to go out and spend money when I don't have to. So anyway, we'll go and finish this up, and hopefully when the missus gets home we'll get to give her a test drive, and we'll go take the other truck out as well. So go crawling now, eh? Well, there you go. there's number 1 and there's number 3. And the difference is well, quite apparent, I guess. One is pretty low and has been severely modified. Well, severely. I dropped the body and I moved a few things around to make that possible. And now it sits nice and low, so when it crawls and twists, it sort of goes over the body rather than under the body as it does with the original, which, you know, it's a matter of taste. Probably it might help a little bit with center of gravity, but I doubt it. That body's pretty light, but the possibilities are opening up, because now I'm going to mount the batteries in a different place, which will bring the body down just a little bit more and will bring the center of gravity down drastically. I might even put 2 batteries, one on both sides, and that will really help. Of course, the total weight will go up, but yeah, I think it's got possibilities. Anyway, anybody who tells you that this truck from Exceed is no good, you just tell them to go fly a kite, and you're going to prove them wrong, because I'm sure going to. And this is what you can do with it. So anyway, let's go crawl, eh?